Hi, John McCrudden again. Thanks for joining me again for this session. This session is strictly for military vets. Military veterans, when they come home, should have no difficulty finding a job, but it's difficult. It's difficult to translate the skills from your military vet experience, but I have this session that's meant for you to convert your MOC, your military occupational classification, to the civilian world. So take a look at this session. You'll be going into ONET Online, which is my favorite site. You'll be able to find your MOC through this site, and it will convert and give you several occupational titles that you can take and put in your online search, whether it's ZipRecruiting, Indeed, or LinkedIn. So good luck, and I'm sure you'll find this session very successful in your job search. Take care. Okay, John McCrudden back. As I mentioned in my intro, this is for our military veterans. We owe our military veterans so much, and when they come back, one of the easiest things it should be is to how to get a job utilizing the skills and the training, the commitment, the strategies, the dedication that our military have shown for their jobs, and to bring it back to companies that would appreciate those skills. And so this particular session will help you, as I mentioned in my intro, identify the jobs that relate to your military MOS classification. So the first thing you do is you go into ONET. As you know, I've shared ONET with you before in different functions. Make sure you visit the site that talks about once you identify an occupation, the title of an occupation, make sure you go into the video that talks how you use that occupation for your job search. That's really important. Just finding the job title or the occupational title is important, but then to be able to use it for your job search is really important. So make sure you, once you identify your job title, the job classification, occupation, that's converted to the civilian workplace, make sure you use the tool for your job search. That is in another session. So you go on to ONET Online. It's linked to this session. All you need to do is click on that. And here's the page where you go to ONET Online. Now, to show you how important this is in the front page. It's the first thing they put on, where it says veterans. Find your career in my next move in veterans. And here it is. So, what you can do is find your military service. Let's do Navy to start. And our MOS, that's put in something that's really hard maybe to translate into the civilian workplace. Let's talk a little bit about special operations. 1140. 1140 is the MOS, and let's go. And here they are. And here is the connected occupations that relate, the civilian connected occupations that relate to your MOS military occupation. Computer, automated teller, office machine repairs, and electrical and electronic repairers. Those are two jobs that you can look at, that you can place in your job search, in your online job search, to look for opportunities that exist that relate to your skills for your resume. So when you click on this, electrical and electronic repairers, you click on it, And what it does, it gives you all sorts of sample of titles from the Navy, and here they are. And here are all the sample titles from your MOS that relate to this job. And here are the knowledge and the basic skills and the abilities you have that you can move into your resume if you want. Okay? So this helps you tremendously. And it gives you the outlook. It even gives you more job titles. If you look over here, it gives you more job titles to look for. And if you look through them, again, these can help you fill out your resume for jobs in aerospace engineering. So we looked at aerospace engineering, there's calibration technologists. Now, these occupational titles you would never know about unless you went to a site like this and said, these are occupational titles you plug into your job search with your online job search. It's ZipRecruiter, Indeed.com, LinkedIn, whichever job search tool you're using, you type in these titles and you'll find jobs. Let me show you one, how to do it, and then you'll go to my other session to see more how you would do it. So here we went into ZipRecruiter, and we're going to type in, if you remember the job title, it's called Calibration Technologist, Calibration Technician, and there it is. And there's other titles as well, but you click on Calibration Technician, and then we're going to do Phoenix, Arizona. Again, you can do countrywide if you like to come up with jobs if you're looking to relocate. And here they are. These jobs relate directly to skills you developed in your MOS that relates a little bit to special operations, and the number would be 1140. See how many there are? And you get to see that there's no way you would be able to type that in unless you know this transition from military occupational classification to civilian. So you just look at the job, see what it is, get your resume to mention some of these things in your resume for the job duties and the skills and the abilities they're looking for, and then apply. Okay, now I have other examples on how you use the ZipRecruiter, Indeed, and also LinkedIn job searches, how to plug in the keyword. And that's what we're doing. The keyword is critical, and we're coming up with keywords now for your occupations. Let's do another. Okay, let's do Army now. So we already have an Army up here. So we selected Army from all of the services, the branches. And we are going to do one that's pretty tricky. 170A. Let's take a look after we put the MOS in, and this is we come up with. Cyber Warfare Technician. What is the civilian counterpart to the MOS for the Army Cyber Warfare Technician? And here they are. Not surprisingly, some of them are going to computer information. Now, what do we do with this? This is the most important thing, and I've said it earlier. These are occupational titles you put in your job search. So I'll show you one more time, and then you can find out more by going through my other sessions where I'm talking about the job search section and how you use this tool. So Computer and Information Systems Manager, let's put that in. So we're going to use Indeed this time, and we're going to type in computer. And you can see it starts to give you options, but we said information systems technology, computer information technology, computer information systems entry level, computer information systems. So this is the keyword you got from converting your MOS to a civilian occupation. You put it in Indeed, ZipRecruiter, or the LinkedIn job search. You click on it. We say we're going to look in Phoenix, and here they are. Data center administrator, customer service rep, integrated systems sales specialist, associated direct network and security technology. Some, especially in Phoenix area, you're going to see a lot of healthcare applications under hospitals and clinics, things like that. But you'll see other things here: Google, Google security operations. A modem engineer. And think about this. You would not be able to get these job listings unless you are able to know this system and work with the system. So think about this. Let's do a few more. Okay, so we're going to do Air Force now. Let's select Air Force. So we're going to select Air Force here. And let's type in something related to communications. Communications is a big occupation, MOS, in the military. And let's see if we can find a counterpart, civilian counterpart. So let's do 1N2X1. 1N2X1. Which is communication signals intelligence. So here's our signals intelligence enlisted, and here are the occupations that relate. The civilian occupations that relate to that MOS in the Air Force. There's a lot here, and again, what you're doing is you're using these job titles to go into your online job search, whether it's Indeed, ZipRecruiter, or LinkedIn. Type in these job titles under keyword. Do your national search or your regional search, and you'll find jobs you never had come up with. Well, let me show you one more. Let me show you how this works one more time. So we're going to do an intelligence analyst, okay? Now, when you click on intelligence analyst, it will give you sample Air Force jobs right in here that you may have had in the Air Force. It'll give you skills that you can put on your resume, and it'll give you other options as well. Explore more on the right-hand side here. And again, these are keywords you will put in your job search. So let's try one. Let's do intelligence analyst. So we're going to go in Indeed.com again, and we're going to type intelligence analyst. And there it is. We don't even have to type it in. It's going to come up. There's intelligence specialist and intelligence analyst. You can do both because it'll come up with different jobs. So make sure you do all three of these so you can come up with different jobs. And let's do Phoenix, Arizona again. And here you are. As many of the military knows, the federal government is a big employer of our military. And being part of the federal government helps because you'll have some clearances as well. So look for the federal government for a lot of these, but this is one here for the Federal Bureau of Investigation. But what else? There's nuclear medicine pet technologist. There's cybersecurity, of course, that's going to come in. This is the Federal Bureau of Investigation again. There's Arizona Diagnostic Radiology. And I mentioned this earlier, in certain areas in the country, certain industries thrive, in the Phoenix metro area, healthcare really thrives. So you'll see a lot of adaptations to the healthcare industry, hospitals and clinics and such. There's Custom and Border Protection. Look at the salary on that. And when you click on it, it'll tell you what it's looking for and how you can write your resume, what they're looking for. Make sure some of these are in your resume. Over here, it tells you what they're looking for, so make sure you have some of these things in your resume as well. Okay, let's do another military branch. Okay, so we selected Marine Corps. We hadn't looked at Marine Corps yet, and we selected, for this, we just selected infantry officer. So somebody that's been in the infantry and they achieved the level of officer, 0302. Let's take a look. Okay, so your match, the Marine Corps, the civilian counterpart for infantry officer are these three. But it gets larger. I'll give you an example. We go to intelligence analyst. We find out about intelligence analysts and what they do and what skills you can translate, transferable skills that you can translate to the civilian workforce for this one from the military. But look down here, they even have more options that you can look at. And again, what do you do with these titles? These are the keywords you put into your online job search. So I'm hoping it's clear to you that job search is really successful if you have accurate, related keywords. And for the military, this is an essential process for you to find the related civilian occupations to your MOS. Use this tool to be able to write your resume, find jobs, and go from there. We wish you all the best. You deserve the best, and use this tool to your advantage.